Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about markets. I'm Tommy. You guys also know me as Snorlax. I'm joined by Max, Tucker, and seemingly Senator Cynthia Loomis as well. Welcome to you guys. I hope we've had a great start to the day today. Definitely much better pricing than yesterday. The sentiment yesterday was quite extreme, I'll be honest. And we kind of touched on that on yesterday's show. We'll touch on it again on today's show, I'm sure. But at least in the outside world, outside of the confines of this computer, the wheels do seem to be turning. We are getting some traction. Maybe it's the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Maybe it's just Senator Cynthia Loomis heading up the Senate Banking Committee, which I will say on the surface is a pretty bullish headline. It might not be what the market was expecting as far as the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, but throughout the course of this administration, I do think that will probably be something that we look back on as fairly important. Regardless, we are starting to see some of these headlines roll in. I think Donald Trump is meeting with the president of El Salvador later this afternoon. So yeah, it seems like we have more potential headlines coming. The market seems to be an absolute wreck as far as how to position for it. And you can see that reflected on the lower time frames of pretty much all of these different coins, right? But yeah, before we get too deep into the charts, price commentary, you guys know what I'm going to ask you. I don't think we asked you a single time yesterday or pestered you for the like button, but I know we did on Monday or Tuesday rather. We ran it up to 450 to 500 likes. Let's do that again, guys. What if we get a Strategic Bitcoin Reserve announcement today? Because if that's the case, you have no excuses to not hit the like button. But we'll cook for you guys nevertheless. Obviously, like I said, there has been just a crazy amount of lower time frame volatility. If you are positioning into this, or if you, God forbid, blown up an account trading perps, seek God, my brother. But not to say that there's not opportunity in these markets. I mean, if you are being calculated about things, there has been a lot of opportunity, right? Bitcoin gave you a pretty nice entry, a slow bleed back towards the lows, slow retest of demand turned into a really nice squeeze candle twice. You've actually had the opportunity to position twice, because if you zoom in even more, we had just so much lower time frame vol on Bitcoin. But I imagine it will continue throughout the day, right? We're going to have no shortage of headlines, I imagine, and as long as that's the case, you just kind of have to be watching your six, right? But I wish I had more commentary. I think some of it, to a degree, comes down to what these announcements are going to be. But I have to say, I like the buybacks that we've had from these levels, respectively, pretty much across the board, guys. I don't know what asset I think is going to continue to lead the market, but I'm sure we'll talk about all of the majors: Bitcoin, ETH, Sol. Right now, they all look good for higher prices to me. So I'm sure that's something that we will discuss on today's show. And yeah, I was looking over at Equity Land just to touch on that really briefly before I open up the floor. I continue to like how the VIX is getting crushed the way that it is. I don't know how much higher the S&P is going to go here over the next few weeks and months, but I do know as long as you have equity volatility coming down the way that it has, in theory, that should be a good catalyst for the coins. And I kind of think we've had this push-pull dynamic between those where you had equity volatility getting smashed over the last few days, but obviously the coin prices were still coming down. I think a lot of that had to do with just this lower time frame churn that we've seen on something like Bitcoin. I said this on the morning call to our subs today, but whenever you have Bitcoin chopping on a lower time frame to the degree that it has here over the last few days, it's very difficult for altcoins to pump, because altcoins crave certainty and they crave low volatility on Bitcoin. So yeah, I think these are going to be positives. Equity volatility getting crushed. We could see crypto catch up to probably where it should be trading as a result of that. But I don't want to harp too much on positioning dynamics. This could be a monumental day for the industry, guys. If we get a Strategic Bitcoin Reserve announcement, that seems like the best case. At worst, Trump is going to be talking to the El Salvadorian president. I can't wait to see how it all shapes up. But I'd love to know what you guys are thinking about the market and how you're interpreting this lower time frame churn. Really, everything that's been going on has been pretty gnarly. But what's up, guys? How are we doing?
Have you
Stay
seen...
tuned, guys. Big things are coming.
Hold on, Jack.
Yeah,
Hold
guys,
on.
today's a
Have you
special
seen
day.
the
We
stuff?
actually have Senator Cynthia Loomis on the panel with us today. Big things.
Big
Guys,
things
have
coming,
you
guys.
seen what he's
Remind me
saying?
of something that the doctor would do.
Have you seen what
Yeah.
he's been saying at the thing right now, at the conference? Are you guys seeing these tweets?
No, what happened?
He said, U.S. will be the world capital of AI and crypto.
Who said that?
World
Damn.
Trump says will demand lower interest rates. I mean, dude, he's just bull speaking right now at the thing.
He was literally saying that, like for the past month, hasn't he? That he wants to make US the crypto hub of the world.
I think so.
Yes.
The big question is, when will the price start reflecting that?
I think soon. I mean, I don't really know if I think we're gonna. I know. Jackus thinks that we're gonna dip from here. I look at the structures of altcoins. I kind of think things want to bounce now, but obviously, with all the volatility that we have right now, I don't think you can really rule anything out of the equation.
Well, I certainly do hope that we finally leave this range forever, but the price has taught me over the years that usually, no matter how many times we bounced, we usually tend to sweep those lows first. And I can hear someone there saying,
Hang on. Are you saying one more
I
sweep
swear
of the
if I
lows?
hear one more
Jack.
sweep of the lows, I'm gonna sell everything.
Jack.
I know, man. But big things are coming. Don't get shaken out.
Oh my god. All right, Max, what do we have here? Oh, the catch-up trade, I see.
I think this is more or less playing out, though. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do not think there's that much downside for ETH, to be honest. I think, as usual, they are overextending it. You know, they are prolonging it while accumulating. It's quite obvious to me. But since it's been so long, you know, that every crypto market participant has been here, he's living in the charts daily. When he wakes up, you know, when he goes to lunch, when he is sitting on the toilet, when he goes to sleep, when he goes to cinema, checking on the phone every single time. It feels different. But I think it's basically sort of more or less like this fractal. Like the outcome, the hard time frame outcome is going to be more or less very similar. I don't think, by the way, we sweep the liquidation low that we had.
You mean on ETH?
Yeah, I do not think we sweep that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of altcoins have kind of already bled into the their equivalent of that wick. That's kind of why I feel like we could bounce here. Just because if ETH were to backfill that wick, I don't really know what some of its beta is really going to look like.
It would be terrible, Tommy. It would be terrible.
Can someone answer this question?
Oh man,
that's what we love about markets, right? Or hate. I guess it just kind of depends on your opinion, but it probably means there's a mispricing somewhere. And the market is generally not responding the way that you expected. Hot take.
I know. I feel like any bonds here is really prolonging the inevitable sweep, which is prolonging the inevitable upside. And I just know big things are coming, right? At 10 a.m.
It's already been 10 a.m., bro.
Wasn't that announcement that she's just the chair of the Senate Banking Committee?
She didn't say which day.
She did.
And she didn't. She
Can you
didn't
show
specify
me-
the time zone either.
Can you show me which low you want swept? You said it's inevitable, right? Can you show me where the inevitability level is for you?
Well, I wouldn't say inevitable because obviously, like in the markets, everything is possible. But yeah, let me. Share the screen. On ETH, right? Or BTC?
Well, both.
Both is good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think BTC is likely to sweep the weekly low. I think that's a good enough liquidity to be hunted, which is this one. I think we might. I think we do not actually need to be going as much lower than that. Although I'm still seeing like this daily wick, but currently, I think this would be it. But obviously, BTC is its own thing. But locally, yeah, that kind of does feel like that to me. For ETH, I think the levels are way more clean, and I think the low that needs to be swept is basically this one, and I think they are just sort of like prolonging it, like all this time with all of this.
What if they leave it?
I mean, what if is the eternal question, but most of the time they really don't. So that's kind of like, usually they do come back for this week. So whenever you look at whether that's this week, right, it's like, but what if? And it's no if.
But what if it could 10x?
Yeah.
But it could
And
10x.
it's like, what if? And then it's not. And then it's like, what if? And it's not. And it's like, what if? And it's not. And then it's like, what if? And it's not. So hopefully, but yeah, I just basically, I suppose we all of us want that we finally leave this range pretty much. But I think, generally still this is the bigger forest for the trees, right? That's happening. Lots of people are seeing that right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we spent some time yesterday talking about when ETH has really started to move in previous cycles. In 2017, it was like no all-time high until first or second week of March. And then last cycle, it was like February 3rd, I think, was like a real break. We had swept the high, but like a real break was like February, right? So we are kind of, in this weird holding period where it's like we're technically right on track with previous cycles. But it certainly feels like from a sentiment perspective, we're due for a little bit of a relief bounce because I don't know. I mean, I was kind of thinking about like, why does it feel so crappy, right? And I think the big issue is just like there's been an overwhelming amount of reasons to be bullish, but it hasn't been reflected in price yet. And on top of that, like we were all really excited about Trump taking office. And then he launches this meme coin, which short term acted like a major liquidity vacuum and just sucked the life out of the entire altcoin market on an illiquid weekend session. So we kind of got it was this weird kind of like juxtaposition of really bullish expectations that ended up manifesting itself in a really bearish local outcome, right? But I think higher time frame, the precedent that has been set is incredibly bullish, right? Like incredibly bullish. I think it's just going to require, it might even be just like we need February 1st, or we need a big, like an actual, like a legitimate news headline. No more like yap about how great crypto is, like a legitimate like implementation, like a law, right?
Yeah.
Strategic Bitcoin reserve, or no
Deliver
cap
on those
gains
promises.
crypto, like no taxes on crypto, like something like really substantial. Because in my view, like we've had a lot of really solid news headlines. Like we got the Doge ETF filing, and we got Sol and XRP, CME futures, and like there's some things that I feel like 6 months ago would have really moved this market that just haven't moved the market. And I feel like the market is sitting on the edge of its chair, just like waiting for, delete that line, just waiting for something, right? You're going to have to delete that line, Jackus.
Yeah.
You're going to have
Yeah.
to delete that immediately, brother.
What if
I can't,
What if,
I
what if
can't
we
allow that.
reclaim it?
Yeah. What if?
When, Jackus? When?
One more sweep of the
When-
lows, brother.
w-
You wouldn't get it.
When big things are coming. When they deliver. No, I agree, Max. They have to deliver on those promises, right? And I think they will do. I think we kind of discussed this. They are basically accumulating right now big time while suppressing the price. But I think they will deliver on it. It's just prolonging the inevitable, I would say, which is like the only inevitability on this chart to me is the break of 4K. That's like the real inevitability. But yeah, time-wise, if you look at it, right, 1,120 days. Currently, we are on 1,170 days since the real all-time high. Although we could definitely speculate that there is some merit to the fact that the all-time highs came in crypto in Q2 of 2021. For lots of charts, they surely have, like Doge. If we were to put Doge on the chart, then obviously that came already in May. This second leg surely wasn't like this one, but even if we take this all-time highs, it's 1,170 days, so it definitely feels way different. On top of that, from the lows, that definitely does feel different. So
Yeah.
we are long due. And the administration should definitely deliver on the promises, and I think they will. It just like, please don't prolong it, not 1 week longer.
What about the previous cycle before that, Jackus?
Like there was really no cycle for ETH prior to that. This was like the first cycle, and there is no prior to it. So we would have to probably take Doge or Sol, XRP in that regard. So we can do that though.
Dogecoin ETFs. Who would have thought? If you'd said that a year ago, it's just like funny I remember we were kind of like joking about it, but to actually see it happen it's pretty surreal to see those listings. Is Doge a buy here, Jackus?
I wouldn't.
Damn it, Jackus.
I wouldn't either, to be honest. So
see, it's like we are longer overdue than before. I think it's plain and square. I don't know. I feel this cycle has been a lot different. It's been, right? Like we all know that. Like, I don't think that happens. I actually do not know what to think of Doge. But if I were solely looking at the chart, I would tend to think that that like you would get something like this again, more or less. And
Dude,
I just
into July.
well,
Are you kidding me?
the time frame.
Do you
Cannot be
guys think
taken
this is
seriously.
like the meme coin index per se?
I don't
On a higher
know.
time frame. I'm talking at like a 4 or 5 year timeline. It's kind of representative of potentially where memes are headed.
It's just hard to say because we haven't seen really memes in prior cycles except Doge. Like we've seen Floki and Ship being launched last cycle, but that was at the peak, and there is really no meme coin prior to this. So like all launched this cycle, and this cycle it's really like a battle which one is going to stay here. It's really hard to say. Like we do see that every single time there was a Doge move, we saw Pepe move up with it. So I would tend to say that, yeah, if I mean, this is pretty positive, right? Like I want to be really positive today because big things are coming at 10 a.m. But but I really do think that it's going to end up well, despite the current sentiment, and we will probably have to stay in it for like a few more days, likely, hopefully just days, not weeks. But I think it's like higher time frame, nothing has changed. Things still do bounce where they should, and so forth. It's just that they are taking long time, right? Which is what's annoying. As we have certainly showed on this chart, right? It's not like the market hasn't been going up. It's more like it's been going up very slowly, and we haven't
It
seen
looks like
any.
Doge beta when you put it like when you delay them like that.
Yeah. Well, this should give you a hope pretty much for Pepe that whenever Doge is ready to take it another leg higher, and I do hope it's from here because like I'm having a hard time, right? But again, then again, this cycle has like been a cycle in which they don't really go together, and I think we could get a ease move while Doge maybe doesn't. I don't know. It's really mixed signals all over. But yeah, I would tend to think that if we were to see like Doge do this type of move, then we definitely should be seeing Pepe to move further up because every single time there was a strong move, we see strong move on Pepe as well. So that should be, except like this time, right? This is where Pepe moved on its own. But each time there was a strong Doge move, we've seen a strong Pepe move too, which is good because I'm inherently bullish on Doge. And Doge ETF definitely has to be bullish.
Well, Doge is, I mean, we've talked about this, how Doge is the Bitcoin of meme coins, right? So it's like
Yeah.
Doge will typically lead and then you'll see the beta move after, right? It's like when Bitcoin pumps, you know, other L1s get dragged up, whether the chart looks like it beforehand or not. You know, it all kind of comes back to the king. So,
Yeah.
and
And you
something
just
that I
had,
focus on quite a bit is like the Pepe Doge pair, similarly to how
Mhm.
people focus on like ETH BTC. So,
yeah, I mean, you've just had Doge consolidating while Pepe's kind of bled out, right? So,
Like solely trading Doge here, right? You are coming down here. That would be my guess. Not sure what it means, but just first look on this chart is you're coming down to here, and you might not be going lower than that actually, you know, with this enough liquidity. Although I'm definitely not like liking the fact that Doge just kind of moved here and isn't really bouncing from like anything pretty much, but I suppose that can be a bull market. But I still am having a little bit of hard time, kind of like, I don't know, hopefully. Hopefully. What if?
There's still a lot of disparity in the altcoin market for sure. A lot of haves and have-nots. And sectors seem to, these rotations seem to be speeding up. I remember just like yesterday, I was looking at a bunch of the AI coins, and that meta has been accelerating pretty substantially. A lot of the former leaders look like they have, maybe put in tops, maybe they haven't, but at the very least, we're seeing weakness in that sector for the first time in a few weeks. You have to wonder what the next on-chain meta is going to be, or if we're just kind of shifting towards something else, that's maybe a bit more catalyst driven. We don't know what kind of news Bitcoin, ETH, or Sol are going to get. I saw the president's buying more Solana today. I have to imagine he'll probably keep buying more ETH. So I think the name of the game for altcoin rotations is still probably going to be either wait your turn or, be able to rotate pretty quickly. But it's going to have to be one of the two, or you're probably going to end up not with the gains that you probably set out for.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed here is that Doge going up and Pepe sort of bleeding usually results in Pepe then quickly spiking higher up. So that could be a good thing. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't allow me.
I think you need to multiply. So click on the Pepe ticker in the left corner of your bottom chart. Yep, right there. And then just multiply it by like 1 million or something like that. Just a bunch of zeros, and then put it in log.
Yeah,
there you go.
Cheater.
I've done this many times. TradingView has little glitches sometimes you have to work around. So
yeah. Well, yeah, like the forest for the trees is Doge should be trading higher, and Pepe therefore should be trading higher too. It's just like, are you having enough mental strength to be able to wait for it? Are you winning, son?
No.
There is our little investor. Come down and tell us about your frog coins. No.
Oh man, Jack, it's too real. It's too real.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think the Doge bottom scenario here would just be like, if you can get back above that previous high, then it's not coming back down, right?
This one, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I think so. I think that's a good one. Max, like if we do manage to, or like it's really hard to imagine that. I think that would be sign of strength, and we are really coming for it. I think so. Yeah.
Bulls are going to want to see prices go higher from here. Have you guys seen that joke over the last week or two?
No.
People
No,
just
what is it?
very obvious statement. Bulls are going to want to see price move higher from here.
Oh my God.
But guess what, Tommy? Bears will want to see the price go down from here. No, for real.
That's wild.
What if Doge is right now, and I would love this scenario. Okay, sorry for that, but what if Doge is right now right here?
That's what I think, and that's where I think Pepe is too.
I think so
right
too. There. I'm not sure if we are getting like this crazy type of move again. That said, I could see that coming.
I mean, do we have dates on the Doge ETF approval, go live, anything?
I'm sure we could find it, or I think I might have it in my phone. Hold on.
Because that would
Not
be...
for the Bitwise one, but
Is there another one?
there was the Rex Osprey one, but they're the guys who filed the bonk one. So I'm gonna lean not to take them overly serious, but
Yeah.
the final deadline is the 6th of April for their filing. I would imagine Bitwise this is pretty close.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Sol deadline, I think, is in February.
I think this chart is going higher, man. I do.
I think that chart's ready to bounce. Pepe. Doge, looks kind of fugly, but I think Pepe is ready to bounce here.
Well, I think Pepe just led, right? Like Doge is going to do what Pepe just did. And hopefully Pepe just... Yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
I think Pepe is going to bounce from here as a back holder.
As a... Yeah.
It's a big holder. Buy my shitcoin.
Tron is going to be such a good short in the next bear market, but we'll leave that undiscussed.
Do you say Tron is a good short?
It's going to be such a good short in the bear market, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the crime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pure. My personal guess is that this is money laundering over the years, but that's just purely speculation on my end. What do you call it when how large of a percentage of the overall Tether supply is on Tron relative to other native places in crypto? Yeah, I think it's money laundering, but
I like this
can't
chart.
prove that.
I really like this chart.
It'll probably go higher from here.
It's going higher.
Buy my shitcoin.
Buy my shitcoin. I need to say it in Justin Sun voice. Buy my shitcoin.
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on.
Buy my shitcoin.
This guy said everyone on the Trump live is spamming XRP army comments.
What's your view on XRP here, Jackus? Because I have to imagine it's going to continue to lead that Dino coin contingent that a lot of people want to bid right now. A lot of the best looking charts are Dino coins, like objectively.
Yeah.
Which is really funny, but
and that was my big thesis, and then people convinced me that it's not the case, but it seems it truly is. And I just think that, I think this chart is going higher actually. I'm not saying how it's not. Oh boy, I'm getting so heated up because we gonna rip. I know it. Like few more days of pain. Wait,
the pain
Bitcoin looks good here.
Might be over.
Yeah, it does.
Bitcoin looks
look-
really good here, man.
Wait,
I don't
Tom.
know if it's pricing in, because I know Trump's supposed to speak with the president of El Salvador this afternoon. So I don't know if the market's just bidding that as a why the fuck else would he be talking with the president of El Salvador unless there was something with the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Or I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just the structure looks pretty good here in my opinion, right? So it's we have to recognize Bitcoin is the rising tide that lifts all ships. So regardless of how some altcoins may look, if Bitcoin pops to 115, I don't care about what altcoins look like right now. They're going to get popped up. They're going to get dragged up kicking and screaming.
Max, Tommy, Tucker,
Hmm.
everyone, look at this.
Dude, this is the crime chart, and CZ's been tweeting a bunch lately. CZ's been vocal on X.
Yeah, he has.
Vocal,
you
and
guys
that
see
is
what
a
he
crime
did?
chart.
Did you see what he did?
I need to
What did
increase
he
my
do?
exposure on BNB.
He's the new chairman of. They renamed Binance Labs to something else. So he's able.
Oh, yeah, it's like YVI Labs or something. Yeah.
Oh, you're not
It's
allowed.
so
Oh, I'm
funny.
not allowed to be in charge of Binance and Binance Labs. Well, let me spell you this guy right over here with a brand new name.
It's not the same. It's something completely new. It reminds me of a certain movie.
Yeah.
Oh God, study
No.
crime.
It's not an old salmon, it's something completely new. I just repackage it.
What the hell is a synthetic CDO? It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. No, now I heard Do Kwon. No, it's awesome. What do you mean 30% API? That's horrible. No, it's awesome.
Oh,
I think
God.
if Trump says we're going to do, or we're looking into doing a strategic Bitcoin reserve, I think the market's just about to go ridiculous, bro. Like insane. Like it's just going to turbo bid. And then when they actually implement it, it might be like we cool off, but it's going to take a while to implement something like that. So if he says it's going to happen, then we can just rip face until it does happen without any regard for technicals, man. There's not there is not a more bullish catalyst than that. It's impossible. That's peak bullish. That might be the top of the market forever, because that's the most bullish headline that crypto has ever, and I think maybe will ever have, is the US buying Bitcoin. Nothing could be better than that.
I think you'll probably have it structured by like two timelines: the announcement and then the actual like deployment of what that means. And we've kind of seen this already in the past. Bitcoin had the ETF, right? We had the first announcement, first hype cycle in 2021. We didn't see the actual Bitcoin ETF really start to move price until 2023, 2024. So it could be something like that. I don't know if it'll take quite so long to get those wheels in motion, but I do think, like you said, Max, you're going to have the initial reaction of the market, which should be very bullish. And I don't think that people should overthink that. If the US does announce a Bitcoin strategic reserve, we will go higher in the near term if that's the case. And then you're probably going to have the actual deployment of capital and what that looks like. That might take a little bit longer to kind of outline. But I do think that, it's probably going to come in two different spurts in the same way that the ETF did.
Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? We can put Dutch out of the picture right now, but
the catch-up trade of catch-up trades, Jackass.
All majors are trading at their 2021 or 2017 highs. Every single of the majors is at a major breakout point.
Dude, it's just waiting on like any catalyst, man. It's just...
Look, it's literally telling me. It reminds me so much of this. I feel like all these charts right now are literally at this point.
Yeah.
And convince me otherwise.
I mean, they've all made that move right back up to that line besides ETH. Basically.
Yeah, that's just ETH. Like, we know it's that little fat kid in the corner everyone laughs about. Hopefully that kid starts to go on a treadmill later on in his life, but and we will see some results from him. But I think the whole class is about to graduate, is what I'm saying.
So he's gonna go on to make billions of dollars being a quant somewhere.
The fat kid,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. He's just not going to cry at McDonald's over the fries, but putting salt in it. But we'll see about that. But I just fuck you, Bears, man. Like I'm seeing this chart and I just like ignore everything below this time frame. You know, ignore the timeline, close it off, look at this chart, and understand we just had this. They're literally here. Every single one of them. It's not by coincidence, in my opinion, that all of these came more or less, slightly different and so forth, but all of these are hanging around. What you doing? Me? Nothing. Just hanging around.
Hanging around.
Just hanging around.
Around these levels. Obviously, ease is ease, but it's still pretty crucial level. And I think like they are asking for the big break, man. Like look at BNB, man. It's like boop. You know?
BNB,
so
man.
good, man. I think
The
crime
BNB
is
setup is honestly so crazy. when breakout candle.
yeah. This we are right in this pullback right now. It's more visible on like Tron and Ease, obviously. I think Solana sort of just did undergo that one. Maybe it's not about it's not science. We are where we are. I just find it hard to believe to be anything else. Let's measure timing on that. That might be even longer right now. Let's use this one. 800 days. What is this? 946 days. It is what it is. We are ready. We are ready, guys. We are so ready. We've never been more ready than we are right now. We are even more ready than previously thought possible.
Scottie Pippen knows Satoshi from the 90s.
You guys have seen that clip, right?
Yeah.
The fact that Scottie Pippen is such a big Bitcoin bull, and I thought he sold his account when he first started bull posting crypto. It's just really funny to see it.
It is.
Guys, let me tell you, big news are coming. Big news are coming. The charts are telling me big news are coming. I can sense it.
I feel like they're just trying to shake you out before they let this thing fly, man. We're in like the final week or two of this, and I mean, you can't convince me that all the high time frame charts look like you have drawn here, Jackus, and somehow like we're about to like not send. It would be. I mean,
do you know what I think when I see this chart? I think of Game of Thrones when Sansa meets Ramsay at the Battle of Winterfell, and he's like there battling. Oh, we have larger army, and you guys are little. We have the castle. You guys are fucked. And she just looks at him and is like, "You're going to die tomorrow. Sleep well."
I haven't seen Game of Thrones. Don't kill me.
What?
Jackus, I know exactly what you're talking about. Don't
All right,
worry.
let me explain. So I've tried to watch it twice. Okay. I have a son, so I have to watch it like late at night when he goes to bed. My wife and I usually hang out for like a couple hours once he goes to bed before we go to bed. she is so scared of like violent shows and like, you know, like she can't make it through the first episode. So like we start it and then she gets scared and then we turn it off and put on like The Office or something, you know, because she can't handle it.
No
So
worries.
I wanted to watch it.
It gets softer as you go in the seasons.
The first episode's a little intense, right? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of like I'm sure that it's the whole show's intense, but it's I don't know. But I like your analogy. I think I understand what you're saying. Meaning
You need to see that scene, like you'll understand it right away. And that's kind of like me looking at this chart, and you have like the cycle is stopped. You know, we've seen the market go up, and now Trump is launching his coin, and you know, here Japanese rate interest rate hike, and blah 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 blah. And you're like watching at this chart. You're going to die tomorrow. Sleep well.
Sleep well. Oh my god. I know. It's an epic scene, Jackus. It's an epic scene. We'll get Max to watch it, don't worry.
Maybe on the next BB trip we can watch some of it. Get me acquainted with it.
Truth be told, I actually used that scene already once, and that was right here. Like we had the August drop, and we were somewhere around here. And I think like on Twitter I posted it like here, and people were like, "Oh, that's so cringe."
I remember,
so
Jackus.
cringe.
I remember when you did that, yeah.
Yeah.
What is Red Wedding? What is that?
Oh, that's like the
You wouldn't get
the wife wears a red dress, and there's lots of roses there as well. So it's called Red Wedding.
Yep, that's it.
I feel like that's not it.
Not it. No.
No, there's a red bear.
Do you think there's a chance that ETH is like lagging Solana here on that move? You know how it like pulled back and then popped? Like, is that ETH's future right there?
Yeah, we just need Trump to launch on ETH, and that move happens.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only bought like 100. He's only bought like 120 million of ETH, which is super bearish, right? So I mean,
very bearish.
Yeah, very bearish.
Even more bearish than previously thought possible.
The most bearish, even more bearish than. What's that copy pasta?
It's geez, how's it called, the Canadian guy that makes the news? Like he's very famous.
Who, Justin
Canadian.
Trudeau?
No. The newspaper guy. He got fired from Fox, and then
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, I think it's him who is saying that meme. Like, it is so.
Oh
over.
yeah. It is.
I think I have it somewhere.
I'd love to see your meme folder on your desktop, Jackus. I already know it's like 1,000 memes deep.
It's really hard to find them sometimes.
I bet. You need to start labeling them so you can like search function the meme.
I do have them labeled. It just sometimes I do not because I couldn't find them before, right? So I legit labeled all of them. It's just that sometimes it's hard to like. So like sometimes it's like, for example, I have Mourinho here, right? I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. But the thing is that many times you have like, I don't know, like you have 10 Trump memes and 10 with Alec memes. And sometimes I have them in different folder, depending if it's just a reaction or if it's like a classical meme or if it's a video or if it's a GIF. And, you know, so it's sometimes harder to find and I have to go through.
You got to categorize them, Jackus.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
What do you guys think about this?
Why would they pardon him though? There's no advantage to pardoning that man.
Yeah,
like Ross was a statement. Right? Ross was a statement. I get that, Why would pardoning SBF be a priority for anybody? Nobody cares if he's free or locked up. He doesn't represent crypto or us. Nobody likes Sam. Like, what?
Mhm.
Why would that be a priority? I don't even understand. I can't begin to understand.
That is something that the Biden administration would do. Like instead of pardoning Ross, they would pardon SBF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have happened before he got inaugurated for sure.
Yeah.
I've
Dude,
learned
what
to
is this
rule.
Bitcoin price action, bro? This is literally the most crime I've ever seen.
I don't
What's
know what
going
it's
on?
doing, man.
me
Nobody
see.
can be long on leverage for the announcement.
No. They
Unless
won't.
you just top your entire, I mean, you just have to put up like your entire net worth and Tether as collateral and just deal with the swings. But I don't think I can remember a time when I've seen such scammy price action. This is horrible.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
ETH
Yeah,
is
this is
even worse.
Is it?
Oh, dude, ETH is just the. I mean,
Oh no. I mean, this is why I say just do it, right? Just sweep that low if you need to, market makers. I know we are greedy. I know we are, very horny for all these lows, but just do it already. Just rape them if you need to. Do what you need, but do it already, and we are ready to send.
dude, like just nuke it if they're gonna do it. I'm so tired of this. Just
I know.
you need to get your final little greedy order filled. Do it. Send it down then. You've sufficiently shaken out everybody.
Yeah.
You've convinced even the most egregiously bullish Ethereum bulls
That's
that this
over.
time is different, and they suddenly hate. People are removing their .eth from their bios, man. They've destroyed Ethereum, and they need one more sweep of the low. Then do it. Do it. Let's get this show on the road. We're tired.
I will say the fact that that's like it's just so funny. You have .eths removing .eths from their name.
Oh my God.
Dude, the level of humiliation that ETH people have had to endure, I can't imagine it getting much worse, honestly. And they're attacking Vitalik like no other, bro. Like, they're coming for his neck, It's not like he's controlling the price. He's not even doing anything, bro. They're just so pissed off.
What's going on? Why does the price leave if I switch to weekly?
I have no idea.
It's loading. Hold on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Look. Yeah.
Suppose I had some log maybe. So this line is still the Cheeto on the door, and it's still this Cheeto. Is what it is.
So we're in September.
We are.
September of 2020. Because one of the best traders I know told me that recently.
Yes. There's just no other way.
He's been known to snorkel from time to time.
Mhm.
He told me September. He gave me financial advice off camera.
Yeah.
And he said, we're in September 2020, and if you lose money, I'll Venmo you. I said, all right, cool. Perfect.
Should DM him for refunds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Submit your
DM
refund
for
claim
refund.
here. Yeah. Submit your rebate to @PlutonicXBT, and he will make you whole again.
Honestly, I could see us being either in September of 2020 or 2021. Like neither would surprise me if we look back on in like a month and it'll probably be a lot more obvious in a few weeks.
Damn it, Tommy. Not
The one thing
2021.
that Tommy told me is that it wouldn't surprise him to see when ETH breaks out of here with a good catalyst to potentially 2x in like under a month. That's what he told me.
For
I
sure.
could see that.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
If this
And
is
then
a
he
real
offered me a
thing,
rebate.
yes, we should be doing it.
We just need to be, guys, we just need to be very careful on one thing.
Bro, Radiant.
Look at Radiant. Radiant. I told him that. I don't know if you were in. Were you at the tail end of our Discord call this morning, Max?
No.
I told him I was like, I told him I was sick and that I threw up before the Discord call. And then I told him the last time that happened, like a month ago, that everyone on here was like, "Is Tucker high? Like, why are his eyes so red?" I'm like, "Brother, I popped blood vessels in my eyes throwing up 30 minutes ago."
Tucker yacked and still showed up for work. Steady.
It wasn't as bad as I made it sound, but thank you, Radiant. Thank you. Yeah, good guy. Tommy needs to put a .eth, he says.
Hell no.
Let's go. That's the signal.
No.
That might be Tommy. That might be.
Vitalik was waiting for this, man. He's like, when is Tommy going to bull post my coin?
You
That's
will
the
not
signal.
ever see me with a .eth.
Do it. Do it.
Maybe a .hl for Hyperliquid, but definitely not a
Here's
.eth.
the thing is
Tommy,
that I
you
know
need to-
Tommy has an ENS and it's one of the funniest ENSs I've ever seen. So he owns a .eth.
I
I'm not
own
gonna
a few ENSs. I only buy ENSs that make me laugh. They're gonna have absolutely zero resale value one day, but
It is hilarious.
That needs to happen, guys. Tommy.is on Twitter and Discord.
more likely me with a Milady or a .eth. Easily a Milady. Easily. I mean,
Bro.
I owned a Milady.
How
not
is a Milady cooler than like a rare .eth? How is that possible? It's not. .eths are cool, man. It's good tech. It's fun. How can you hate .eth?
I think
Okay.
it's just like the premise of it. It's just like
Spare me.
everybody with a .eth in their name. 9 out of 10 of them are just like pure cringe.
Okay.
But
Well,
no offense if you have a .eth in your name. Yeah, influencers with a .eth in their name are just I can't do it.
dot. Oh my gosh. The only thing that looks worse than ETH is dot.
That's
Who the hell
for
is
real.
trading though?
Polka
Dot,
dot, man.
AVOX.
But I
all
thought all the
looking
Dino coins look good. What happened to Dot?
Well, it's still probably looking better than lots of new coins these days.
Probably, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
But it's not looking good, bro. That's also true. Like that's the thing, man. I remember in 2017 or like even 18, 19, like when CZ was in charge, coins would launch on Binance and things would go up. But these days, everything that gets listed just insta bleeds, you know?
I think a lot of the problem is things are getting listed on perps, not spot. A lot of these on-chain coins for Sol are just literally down only after they get listed on perps. Looking at some of the AI metas, some of the animal coins, like I'm sure you could Moodang perp, Peanut perp. I can't believe those are real things, but those are basically down only from the time that they were listed on futures. The only coin I believe that might have gotten a spot listing. Did Fartcoin get one on Binance? I know they got a perps listing. Like again, most of these things get a perp listing, and then the trajectory over a mid to high time frame is just straight down.
Yeah.
Make spot markets great again.
Manta. Do you guys remember?
Oh, those Q1 coins from last year, man. Oh my god.
Those were the days.
It was Manta, XAI, Dime.
What does it look like?
What's another one?
NGL.
Oh, NGL, man. What was another one? There were so many.
Well, all of these were ready to go here, right? People got excited. We are range breaking, right? So you like know that eternal pattern in crypto. Sell,
Mhm.
range, buy, sell. Well, people saw that it's coming here, and it should have. But instead, we got this. But I think we're gonna go get this. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Jackus, are you feeling similar levels of confidence here for Ethereum as
Yes.
you were in like Q4 of last year when you were talking me off the short ledge? Do you remember that moment?
The short
do.
ledge.
Well, I was short with size. We all were. Like the boys were hammering ETH and it was
Mhm.
working. And then we just like refused to break down. I remember Jackus said something. We were hanging out like after market check. And we were like celebrating how ETH was just sliding below like 1600. We're like, let's go. Here it goes. It's going to accelerate. And then Jackus said, I'm watching the asset that I love die. He's like, but I don't think it's going to break down. And I was like, you're cooked, bro. This shit is over. Like, it's over. And then it just didn't break down and just randomly turned around. And I remember I called Tucker, or we were texting later that night. And I was like, dude, that was supposed to be the breakdown. Like that was the perfect chance. Like,
Wait, Max.
Pull it up on the chart, Jackus. Pull it up.
That
Yeah, I
was
remember that
slightly
now.
different. That was slightly different, though, as far as I remember. It was like I remember you guys still were
right there,
thinking
right there.
Yeah, right there.
right here. I remember that till today, and I remember telling you that this chart needs to hold because we are literally on like the crossover on right here. I think it was something like that. But mainly, it was like crossover of this, crossover of here, these logarithmic trends. And it was also a level that took us out. So breaking this one. And it was also the mid-range back here, something like that. So breaking lower, like I was saying, hey, we can like range here, right? That's totally fine, something like we saw here. But we cannot be breaking lower because that would break the market structure, and that would essentially, right, that would lead us down here. And I was saying that it really needs to hold here, and then I think it pumped, and I think you were getting it somewhere around here.
We hammered that short right there. We were so
Yeah.
short.
And then and then it did one last shakeout, but then it started to go up exactly as sort of like I
remember
expecting.
if you zoom in on that little fake breakdown, Jackus. So we were short from like the high, and then I remember when it like refused to break down and printed like a couple green candles in a row on the. I was like the first daily green one or whatever, like the turnaround right there. I remember. No, sorry. After, so it broke down, and then the next green candle to the right there. I remember texting Tucker being like, dude, if we don't break down here, we're going to rip. This might be real. And then we just shoved. We just bought so much crypto immediately on that failed breakdown. So I ask you, Jackus, are you feeling similar vibes from this region? As like, if we don't hold here, then we start nuking.
Oh yeah, totally. Like we've always been here, and those have been my levels where like we have to hold here, right? Like while we are in here, we have to hold, and you can let them do these, little baits, little upsides, then little fakes. Totally normal. We've seen that. But these regions are always regions to hold, and so is here. And just like back then, right? I'm allowing them to do this type of move, right? I'm allowing them to do this type of move, or like this type of move if we were to zoom in. So I'm allowing them to do this if they need to do it. But this is a region I think we're going to hold, and we're going to rip from. For if not, then
Zero will be studied.
Yeah.
zero will be studied.
Yeah.
So yeah, as much as I was bullish down here and down here, I'm just as the same here. And it's also the time when I don't know. Oh, it's because of this, right? Wait, let me close these then. It's also the time when we were discussing this, right? Where lots of people back then were expecting the break lower. And I was saying, I think you remember this, Max.
Yeah, the Binance wick.
The wick versus, but mainly the wick was just a bonus, right? Like that's really not the big thing. And so it was like all of them. And right here, we were still holding the support, we were still holding the structure, and especially right here, as we broken higher, that led me to believe that the market is ready to go, because we were breaking the local downtrend, we were holding the hard time frame structure, people still insanely bullish, but mainly I knew that if we were to break just slightly higher, what it would mean for the market. And so that was the same for Ether here. So I think that is the case for as right now, basically. We are just
Price to go up.
we are just at the
We're gonna
do
wanna
or
see
die
price
level.
go up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bulls are gonna want to see price go up here.
The hard part is that we are at the do or die level since December, right?
Mhm.
That's the tough part. Like you are hanging in there. It's like you go onto BNB and you are right here, and you're like,
I remember that, bro. I remember all that price action.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
it's like we gotta hold here or zero will be studied, and it's like,
Mhm.
yes. But at it, you expect it to hold. I mean, I would say it's the same thing here for BNB, right? We are like at a level, it's really gotta hold. For if not, then I think this could drop significantly.
Oh,
Yeah, like there is no other way. You're breaking lower, and like, where is it going to stop? There is really no support in this. There's no support. We just gotta be honest to each other. There is really no support down here. This has just been, everything in here has been efficiently traded. This just has to skyrocket up. There is no other way. For any slight break lower, and you are facing, like where are you going to stop? Maybe here after some liquidation for a bounce before you go lower again. It's really right here, do or die level.
damn. Just reading Michael's stupid comment. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate
Oh,
that. What an
best.
insightful take from you, bro. Really
The
appreciate
best.
that. Yeah, never seen you in here before. It's just great to hear from you.
We always appreciate some nice comments.
Yeah, the encouragement. It's just like when I see like a comment, like it just makes me all warm and tingly inside. Like I get butterflies. Thanks, Michael.
Honk honk.
Man.
Oh man.
What do we look at?
I mean, we just got to watch Trump's speeches later, man. At least for today, that's all that matters, honestly.
Is it all that it has come to?
Yeah. Yeah. That
Dude,
is.
and Muhammad, you have no idea what you're talking about, bro. You haven't looked into it for more than 5 minutes. Like, you have no idea what you're talking about, man. Like, not even
Wait,
close.
Who?
Someone's saying like they're just fudding Andy, bro. Like all the guys that sit while they pee are out today, just fudding Andy right now.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. Just
You got-
straight up clowns, bro.
I think you guys have no idea how Max is going to be unbearable a few weeks later.
Yeah, Max, this. We got a guy for that. He's not here right now, but
Yeah, we
have a
need
guy
to
for
bring
that.
him back
Crazy,
in.
like what people love to come out on like the worst of days and just be like, you know what would really be like cool to do to this guy that's always been like honest and like there for us. Let's make fun of him today over something he can't control. Let's put salt in his wounds on his lowest of days. That's what he needs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like where's the decency, you know? Where's
Nowhere
the
to be
decency?
found.
Like what compels you as a man to do something like that? You know, it's so completely out of my realm of like what I would ever consider doing. It's hard to believe that some people are actually like that. So I don't mean to I don't mean to attack the comment section. I'm just like, if you act like a freak, like I have no choice but to say something. You know, you're just a jerk.
Wait, hold on.
It's
We
so
should
freakish.
just run through these because
We
I didn't
will.
even know we got so many.
One thing before you get into that talk is that
Yeah.
I absolutely feel you, Max. I've let this get to me in the past. It's really tough, especially like when you are starting this. It's really not easy to because like you have to deal with yourself, then you have to deal with usually other people you try to help, and then lots of these strangers just come to you and they try to knock you down, and they always come in at the worst possible time. It's just really tough mentally for one to manage, and they want you to they want you to take it, but you show them the middle finger and say "see."
Look, man.
That's you don't get the reference. That's Tommy gets it. Tommy gets the reference there, but
A
like
soccer reference or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about soccer.
No.
Nah, it's fine, man. It's just you know, I already know how this story ends. You know, some see it, some don't. That's fine, but you shut your mouth. That's all I have to say. You'll see. You'll see.
Oh man.
Moment of silence for the guy who just got removed from the
I
chat.
know.
Yeah, I have a zero tolerance policy, man. Like share your opinion, but you come in doing something stupid. You know in The Dictator, when like someone does anything, like what's his name, like General Aladdin or whatever, he just goes like that, and then they like whack the guy. Someone comes in the comment, you say something dumb, just get out of here. Goodbye.
All right, guys. Do you want us to show us something? Do you want to show us something? Hello. You there?
We can look at some.
Am I here?
I mean, we're here. There's just
I'm being cyberbullied by people in the chat, bro. I'm here.
Bully them back.
I did, and then you guys told me to stop doing it.
we need Will in
Dude,
here,
and the worst
man.
part is I'm a good shit talker too. Like I'm pretty.
I'm
quick
just
about it,
debating.
but I'm like, apparently I'm not supposed to do that. So I don't know.
Said I'm just debating.
General Admiral Aladdin. Yeah, you are HIV Aladdin, and the guy's like,
I love with crypto how you can be having conversations with people with just the most like very serious conversations on topics about like derivatives and financial metrics with people with just the most ridiculous usernames you've ever seen.
Mhm.
what is TTS on the stream? Someone said we should enable TTS on the stream. What is that?
I don't know what that is.
TTS.
And make times 10 at times like this.
I don't know
Well,
what that is.
well, if you put I in between those T's, then you would definitely make 10x.
Channel would grow quickly. Text to speech. I don't know what that even means, bro.
Oh,
What's
I know. It's like when you have the comments and you let the AI to read it, basically, like the Google voice assistant reads those comments loud.
I hate
So-
that voice.
Oh, you mean the super chats?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, I see what I see.
So
what
like
it-
people
Twitch
do
does
super
that,
chat
right?
and then it reads it out loud, and people would just be spamming the dollars so that it reads out loud, basically.
Seems like
Yeah,
a
I mean,
lot
I
of.
I would
That-
like to do that, but I feel like it'd be the biggest liability ever, bro.
No, it's actually super
Dude.
fun. It's
People
actually
could
super
just
fun.
say ridiculous things in the super
Yes.
chat, and they would just say it.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like I'm not sure it's available on YouTube, but it's definitely available on Twitch as far as I know.
I mean, we can just be better about super chats, I guess. I don't know, but the problem is people super chat and they're like, "Hey, can you chart like my 400K market cap shitcoin?" We're like, "Nah, dude, we can't."
Well, like let's go through these. Let's go through these. Like, I mean, this is just funny. Memes dump so hard. I thought Max was on vacation again. Thank you, Victor.
That is not funny, Victor.
That's funny.
Not
That is
funny.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's so rude.
Emilio said, "Will I think he meant SBR, Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, be the last part of the bull market?"
It could be.
I don't know
I
how
think
long.
people should be prepared for it to potentially be. We'll know in a few weeks, few months, but
Yeah, I mean,
like we
by
were saying,
last part, what are you interpreting that as?
it's like we said, probably like half an hour ago, when the Bitcoin ETF was released, you got a huge high time frame leg higher, but the actual, catalyst didn't sink into effect until another 2 or 3 years later. Again, I don't think it'll take that long in this instance, but I remember nobody thought crypto was going to top after, we got a futures ETF, altcoins just ripping, especially all the success of Salunavax. And then, short term, that was as high as expectations could go.
Okay. Love you guys. Love from Norway. First crypto year. Butt Wolf early 24. Hoping ETH catches up. Us too, brother. Us too. We are also hoping ETH catches up. Thank you for the super chat. We did that. USDT dominance, Jackus?
Maybe another day.
Maybe another day.
Just draw it going straight down quick, Jackus. That's all we need. It's fine.
Listen, this is USDT dominance right here, and tomorrow it's down here. Anyways, guys, I have a phone call. Can you take it from here, maybe?
Yeah, we got you, Cynthia.
All right. Big news are coming, guys. All right, see ya.
God, that is something that Dr. Outlook would do.
Well, Tommy, I think it's probably that time, brother.
I think it is. We hope that you guys enjoyed the stream today. We do have a few ways for you to potentially join the family and maybe even celebrate some great headlines with us later this afternoon. I think the announcement, or at the very least, the meeting with the El Salvadorian president is going to be happening on our afternoon voice call, guys, which is going to be the easiest way for you to join our family. Ultimately, the BB Discord. We give 4 to 5 hours of daily insights on calls. That's not an exaggeration. Sometimes it is even longer than 4 to 5 hours. I mean, you guys get the whole shebang from us. You get our intimate thoughts on the market as things happen. at times even our positioning. So make sure to check out the Discord, guys. We will probably be raising the price in the not so distant future just because we have a lot of y'all in there already. So it is getting a little bit crowded. Naturally, we want it to be an exclusive Discord so that the alpha remains pristine. And right now it is. But of course, we were nice enough to package our BB Discord with the BB terminal, guys. That will be your go-to tool for this cycle, whether or not you are an active trader trading lower time frames, derivatives, leverage trading. Obviously, we've had a lot of lower time frame volatility to potentially capitalize on or get wrecked on. So use the BB terminal to make sure that you're making the best, most educated decisions that you can. Of course, if you're a long-term investor, or as well an on-chain degen, it will soon be the tool for you as well. So make sure to check out the BB terminal, guys. Truly a utility for all sorts of traders within this market. And we know that there are a lot of different types of you guys out there and a lot of different ways to make money in this market. So again, make sure to use the BB terminal. Take advantage of these prices because I can't promise that they're going to be available at these levels for long. Of course, if you are looking to hone your educational base or even reach trading level mastery, we have a course for you as well. That is the BB Academy. Come learn from the entire Because Bitcoin team and all of our different styles, the way that we approach markets, the way that we analyze, and ultimately even some of the ways that we trade them. But, you know, this market has been difficult, admittedly. If the volatility is too much to stomach, or maybe you're having a hard time picking winners, we do have the option for the team to manage money for you guys. We have an SEC registered hedge fund, BB Wealth Management, where we look to capture the asymmetric history of upside returns in digital assets while also balancing the downside risk posed in any financial market. So check that out as well. If anything that I just said over the last 2 minutes resonates with you, everything is linked in the description of this video below. But we hope that you enjoyed the show, guys. Market Check will be back for another episode tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully we have a brand new exciting headline that we get to discuss with you all. But of course, I guess that will be our last show of the week. This week really flew by. I guess that's the case when you have so much lower time frame volatility. But yeah, also don't forget about King Wabi's show, Market Talk. That is an afternoon spaces. It's not live today, but it is live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Wabi does a great job on there. So make sure to follow Wabi's account as well as Because Bitcoin account on X so you can be notified not just when we schedule those spaces, but of course also when we go live. But thanks again, everybody. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. But until then, I can't give any financial advice, obviously, but the lower time frame volatility is crazy. So try to stay off the leverage. Be careful. And of course, as always, guys, stay safe.